All right. So this game was actually pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? I have a couple concerns, but overwhelmingly, it was quite awesome. It was pretty cool. Not going to lie. It was pretty cool. All right. So first and foremost, shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment. So what we'll do is we'll talk about the game briefly, go to our sponsor, and then we'll jump into some of the comments that you guys have. Or maybe we can jump into the pregame with De'Aaron Fox. We could take a look at that. That would be fun. That would be fun. I don't think any of us looked at that or talked about that. I don't think we talked about that yet. Well, obviously we wouldn't have. It was today, right? Yeah, so, I mean, I didn't talk about it anywhere. All right, so diving straight into this. So the Spurs win by one in an epic fashion, by the way, which was bittersweet. And I'll tell you why I feel that way in a second. But just overall, man, what everyone was paying attention to, what everyone cared about is how well Fox would play. Now, the only issue, which obviously this was going to be an issue, is that defensively, he had a hard time with the defensive rotations. He's just not used to the communication between our teammates yet. But even yet and still, he did do a fairly good job. Like he wasn't bad whatsoever. He was definitely locked in. He played exceptionally hard, and he got 3 steals out of it. Now, what's really impressive, though, what's kind of crazy to me, is if you hadn't watched the Spurs all season long, and this was your very first game of the season, and you didn't know any other information, no information about the team, you would have just assumed that De'Aaron Fox has been with the team. Like, you would not have thought that this was the first game that De'Aaron Fox was with the San Antonio Spurs. Not by a long shot. 24 points, 13 assists. I mean, he was great. He was absolutely great. 1 turnover. He was awesome. He was finding everyone he possibly could. I don't know. It was just a thing of beauty. You definitely got to see the 1-2 punch between Victor Wembanyama and himself. That rim pressure that De'Aaron Fox brings. It was really nice near the end of the game in clutch time where he drew 2 defenders, missed the layup, and Wemby immediately cleaned it up because no one could box him out because they were so worried about De'Aaron Fox. Beautiful, beautiful stuff to see. So right off the bat, it looked like he fit right in. Right off the bat, he looked really impressive. So him individually, he was pretty great. I give him an A. Okay, I give him an A. You can't get much better than what he did. 13 assists right off the bat is a thing of beauty. And then Chris Paul had 9 assists, right? So he didn't lose a step. So it was really nice to see those two play off of each other quite well. So cool stuff there. Now, I don't know. Should I go into any negatives? I guess we can just keep with the positives for a minute. Sochan is one of the best rollers in the game. I mean, we already knew that he's 3rd in the league. I think he's 3rd in the league as far as pick and rollers, best pick and rollers in the NBA currently. I wonder if I just Googled it, would it come up? Best pick and rollers in NBA season 24-25. Let's see if it just comes up. No, it's not just coming up. I would have to find that tweet that had the stats on there. So I'm not gonna worry about that right now. But he is he's one of the best pick and rollers off of completions. Pretty sure he's 3rd in the NBA. I don't think that's changed. That was just a few weeks ago. So great stuff there. So he was awesome. 7 for 8 from the field. Let me get this out of the way. I didn't know that I had to elaborate on this. I feel like I elaborate on, or I talk about this all the time, and I elaborated on stream all the time. But okay, so obviously I give Sochan a lot of love, a lot of praise, because I like him as a player, right? High basketball IQ, great defender, and I think a lot of the things that he does on the court doesn't show up in the stat sheet. When it does, it's sweet, right? 7 for 8, looks really good. You know, stats look nice. You get a steal, blah, blah, blah. But overall, and overwhelmingly, it doesn't show up in the stat sheet. You have to look at advanced analytics if you want to see how impactful Jeremy Sochan actually is. But I do need to get this out of the way. I don't think Jeremy Sochan's a star, and I saw someone in particular was criticizing me on this, saying, dude, you think that he's a star. It's like, no, I just value role players, and not all role players are created equal, and I think Sochan is very important to And it very important, integral to our future team, for our future. I think he's very important. I mean, same thing with Derek White. You guys know I love Derek White, right? Like, I was the biggest Derek White fan. I thought that he should start, for a long time. But I never once said that he was a star. Maybe during his rookie year, I thought Sochan could be a star or whatever, but like, I'm not really worried about that. I don't think about it. I just think that he's a very good player, and they're very important. His role is very important. So the idea that I'm overly praising him and he's not all that, I think you're just downplaying how important certain role players are, and not all are created equal. Not all are created equal. He's on a higher tier list of those, I think. But anyways, he did really good tonight. No surprise there. Him and Fox, they had a nice pick and roll game. Basically everyone he pick and roll with was nice. Fox missed him a couple times, but dude, he ended with 13 assists. I mean, that'd be ridiculous to cry about this. Julian Champagnie, pretty good on the defensive end. So when I sit back and I say, hey, he is a 3-and-D, he's not a lockdown defender. Okay, he's none of that. I don't expect him to be. But this is what he's capable of every now and then. This was a very impressive showing from him. So you got 5 steals out of him. You got a block, +8 with his plus minus. He was really good. Any other positives here? Obviously, the Spurs need to make a trade because we cannot suffer for the remainder of the season without a big man. We just cannot suffer from this. So you absolutely need a center. So hopefully they make that happen. I personally would like Nick Claxton. And also it would be really nice if they can get Cam Johnson. That would be really nice. Those would be 2 that would be really great. But we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But anyways, so negatives. So this is where, like, before I mentioned at the end of the game, where it was bittersweet with Chris Paul telling Wembanyama to miss that shot at the end. And I think it all just plays into one big pot here. Keldon was horrible. I mean, I'll just be real with you. He was horrible. And I know that some nights he'll have games where he looks really good offensively, but one thing that's been consistent, even though his offense can be inconsistent at times, one thing that's been consistent is his horrible defense. It is absolutely horrible. It is really bad, y'all. Like, it is not good at all. And if he's not scoring, there's no point in him really being in the game. And I thought even these 15 minutes, it felt longer because Mitch Johnson kept him in very crucial times that we didn't need him in that game. So that was unfortunate. I know that we don't really have much of a bench right now, right? But like I said this time and time again, I would like to see Blake Wesley get some type of minutes, just something. But unfortunately, he's not comfortable in doing that. I completely understand. In this game in particular, Mamu not playing. I'll talk about that in a minute. Harrison Ingram, I understand. Maybe he's not ready or whatnot. But good God, man. Good God. So, yeah, and when I say the bittersweetness of it is that Chris Paul was actually the one who called for Victor Wembanyama to miss that second free throw. And I'm just sitting back like, that is not something that is called without the coach being aware. You know what I mean? Like, and I understand that this is an interim head coach, and I'm not saying like he doesn't have the respect to his player. I'm not saying no silly stuff like that. Like, I'm not gonna go with that narrative. But I think everyone recognizes that he's not a first-time coach, but first-time head coach of an NBA team. He's in a really weird role, and we're still waiting for Pop to come back and all that. So I understand, but geez, that was kind of weird for me. I was like, really? Like, that wasn't discussed in a huddle? I mean, I like the play. I like Chris Paul. You said Chris is our coach. It feels like it because I like the call. Chris talked to the players, said, you guys think we should do it? Apparently, he talked to Fox first. He was like, what do you think? Fox was like, yeah, go for it. At least this is from De'Aaron Fox. But, it could have came from the coaching staff. Maybe they mentioned it. If not, though, I think that's a little strange. And yeah, so hopefully that gets better. Hopefully the coaching continues to improve. Dude, I need to put this on my headphones. Thanks for your super chat, man. Just leaving this here for the folks in the back of the church pews. We win in the chip, baby. Go Spurs, go for life. Woo! Salute Clan. Marvels tonight. Heck yeah. I might play some Marvels tonight. But yeah, anyways, so, just coaching wise, it made me a little weary that was a thing at the end. It was cool though. It was cool. It ended well. It was a smart play. Even if it didn't pan out, I don't think I would have been on here like yelling that Trae Young had to hit a full court shot. Like, yeah, you gave him a chance to hit a full court shot because he would have had a better chance of winning the game if you would have made it. So, but yeah, so good stuff. I do like what Chris Paul thought of, and I like that the team agreed with it, and you can tell that they definitely have some cohesion, right? Now here's another negative. So what are the negatives we got so far? We got Keldon Johnson. We got the coaching has been strange, and a big part of that is keeping Keldon Johnson in the game at certain points. But thirdly, is we desperately need a big man, but we kind of mentioned that already. Like, that's really important. We need a big man. The only reason that they were in this game like this was because we don't have a big man. It's not an authentic Spurs clan chat without him saying Keldon was horrible at least once. He was, though. Play Mamu more instead of KJ. Mamu needs minutes. It's just that they're not the same position. That's what makes it pretty rough. But I don't really disagree with you. But I get him not playing this game. Yeah, so we desperately need a backup big. It was very apparent. Sochan can't even be his best version of himself because you're forced to plug him into that center role, that backup center role. So that sounds like cinnamon roll, center roll. But yeah, so you have to put him in that role, and it's not a beautiful sight to see. So hopefully they make a trade. We can get us a backup center, and we're good to go, right? Because right now it is ugly. It is absolutely ugly. How many points? Let's see. Look at this. Okongwu, 13 for 16. Do you think it's just because we just lack defenders and we just didn't know what we were doing? No, we were contesting. It's just we just need a big man. He had 12 rebounds, 30 points. It's nothing we can do about it. Dang, Reese Shea was in this game. It didn't feel like it. I told you guys I wasn't that big on Reese Shea. And Trae Young did fairly well. Oh, another thing. Hold on. I probably need to talk about the positives too. So we'll talk about the positives, talk about the sponsor, and then we'll look at the Aaron Fox video. I forgot to mention this. This is actually a big deal, and I think that it was very apparent in this game. So Victor Wembanyama, he could have did better, but he was also sick. We know that he's coming off of a sickness, so we'll see an even more locked in Victor. And even with that, he did pretty well. Really well for someone who's sick. Now, this is what's crazy, though. Devin Vassell looked so much more comfortable. And I know that he only had, it's good, but he only had 20 points, But overall, man, he just looked more free. He looked, maybe slightly more energetic. Not really. He's always pretty energetic. But he was completely locked in, and it makes it so much easier when De'Aaron Fox is out there. Because Vassell never had to really play the third option. Not really, right? Not really. We trade away Derek White. He was our second option. Vassell was our second option. And he's basically been our second option ever since, right? But now this is the first time that he could legitimately be a third option. And it was nice to see because one of the best defenders in the league, Dyson Daniels, who is he guarding? He was guarding Fox. And that just means, because a lot of teams aren't going to have multiple great defenders, that just means Devin Vassell can kind of get a lot of nice shots off, right? So I think him as a third option is huge. 20 points and 18 shots. I'm not impressed. It's not the best thing in the world, right? He's definitely in somewhat of a shooting slump, but he had 4 steals and he just looked more comfortable. I think he's going to look more and more impressive, as the season, continues. But him being a third option is huge. That's not That's not an option that we had before. So Fox brought a lot of attention on himself. And when Devin starts to get hot, it's going to be really nasty. Now, Lord save the NBA when we actually get another draft pick that could end up potentially being a third option. And if you have Devin Vassell as a fourth option on your team, scoring option on your team, we are going to be extraordinarily difficult to beat. Extraordinarily difficult to beat. Because I already think that this team is going to be hard to defeat. But you need a center. Sochan looks good too. Sochan looks great. Like I said, Sochan was great. Sochan was great. It's a motor. Sochan's like just this continuous motor that you can constantly rely on defensively and being a roller. Like he's just great in that regard. Good glue guy as well. But we know this. We know all this. Another thing too, we're going to be even more deadly once you do get a center. So Sochan can get moved out that center spot. Because although offensively, he can take advantage of those big men. Certain big man, bro, defensively, I know Sochan is very versatile. I always said that he's more of a 1 through 4. Like he can guard a 1 through 4. 5 is very difficult. Right? It's very difficult. So Bassey injury, no. Yeah, Bassey got injured last game. So anyways. All right, guys, just really quick. Big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment. So if you guys are interested at all, you just head on over to BetUS. You can go to the basketball section. That's what we all care about anyways, right? Basketball section. You move on down and they have quite a few different things that you can bet on. They even have NBA specials, which these are always quite fun. Actually, I wonder what they have to say about Anthony Davis. What a terrible trade. Anthony Davis to record 50-point double-doubles in 24-25 season. So that's one. Davis to record 7+ blocks in any regular season game. I wouldn't take that. Davis to record 45+ points in any 24-25 game. 45. That's a lot. To record a triple-double, that's a lot. Maybe I'm just thinking too less of them. I'll go with the 45. So all you do, you hit right here, and then it says how much you want to risk. And if you did $10, $10 will give you 70 on that. And then you just click place your bet. Boom, clicked it, and you are good to go. You confirm that bad boy, and you're good to roll. So if you guys are interested at all, head on over to BetUS. Use promo code YouTube150. You'll receive 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your second and third deposit, up to $2,000. Okay. Let's see what the chat has to say. Atlanta losing streak goes crazy, to be honest. Unfortunately, they won their last game with a clutch shot. But good for the Spurs knowing that. This was a very important win for us because we need them to be as bad as possible. Out of curiosity, let's look at the Atlanta Hawks standings right now. Where are you guys at? Where are you at, Atlanta? They're still 9. All right, so we need you to lose a little bit more, please. We need you to be down here at least be 12th for us. That would be nice. That would be really nice. Going to be hard to get them there, but it's going to be really nice. Last 10 games, they're 1-9. We need that to continue. They're like 1-9 their last 10 games. Yep. All right. Let's head on over to YouTube and see what De'Aaron Fox has to say for himself. All right. He needs to speak up. What do you have to say for yourself, friend? Let's see. I actually want to look at the pregame, and then we'll do a separate one that's post-game. I think that's the way. Oh, here it is. Okay, I was looking for it. Is this it? Wait, no, this isn't the interview. This is shoot around. Hold on. Where's the interview? I guess I have to just go to clips on Twitter. Yeah, he like legitimately did like an interview. Vassell offensive like DeRozan. Vassell, I trust Vassell a little bit more with 3-point shooting than DeRozan. Where the heck? Let's see if we can find it. All right, here's a clip. Here's a clip. Take a look at this one. We'll start with this one.
I'm extremely excited. I think that was the big thing for me was I needed a new start, especially in an organization like this who has won championships, who's built such a winning culture. It just feels a little bit different. And obviously with the team that they have right now and the young talent that they have right now, I felt like this is a great opportunity for me and for me to come in and help a team win. I'm extremely excited. I think that.
Oh, saying he's sick. Are we talking about Wemby? Not doing it again. I don't think. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. I'm gonna ignore you guys for a minute. So I like this a lot. So he basically straight up said like the reason why he came was the young players, the defense. So a big part of that would be obviously Sochan, obviously Castle. And the biggest one of all of it is Wemby. So really good there. I saw some people saying that was the reason why the Spurs would not move Castle is because he wanted Castle to be there. That could be true, but also the Spurs just love finessing you, okay? They're not going to just give up their 4th overall pick that they just picked up, right? They really do invest in the players that they draft. So they're pretty careful when it comes to, you know, who they're drafting and, you know, guys they want to develop. Hold on, is this a different clip?
I was like, I want Steph here. And I texted him that. I told him you're a big reason why I wanted to come here. So that's a big thing about it, being able to play with Vic and being able to play with Steph. And even Dev and Keldon and a lot of those guys being able to play with HB again and even CP still being here. I was like, I want Steph.
There you go. So he said he really wanted Steph Castle to be there. But I don't think, at least from what I know, I don't think that was the Spurs don't want to give up Castle at all. Not to say he's untouchable, because obviously no one is just fully untouchable. It would just have to be a really great deal. But I'll tell you this for a fact, that Luka Doncic trade really helped. It really helped. He literally said it in the interview. Well, there you go. Okay. I'm gonna. Yes. Wemby was sick. No, he legitimately was sick. That's why, he didn't play as well. He legitimately was sick, and he still played pretty well. Let's see. Was there anything else? Oh, I like this. He just sounds like one of us. I love it.
I'm happy to be in San Antonio. What's up, Spurs fans? I'm happy to be in San Antonio. I'll see you guys Wednesday, and obviously we don't have a home game for a while, but I'll see you then. Go Spurs, go.
Oh, you're saying that Wemby's post game said that he wasn't? I don't know. I don't buy it. If Wemby said he wasn't, I don't know how much I buy it. We know that he was out due to sickness like literally a day ago, so I don't know. He looked a little off to me. No? Okay, I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about. Anyways, so really good stuff there. Let's see what some of you guys had to say about the game. Let me look through, see if any messages that I missed here. Let's see. Got to scroll all the way up here. Castle, this is from Christopher Willis. Castle, Julian, Keldon, Sochan, Mamu should be the bench. They are the bench right now. That is the bench right now. Let's see. Oh, how do I say your name? Arigato gozaimasu. Says Keldon has a tunnel vision while City is so good at passing. I hope City can come back, bro. I really hope City can come back, but I don't really know the rules on it. Let's see. It also helped Vassell that he was playing at home in front of his parents. Okay. Chris said, we said it all along, clan, we best when Dev is our 3rd to 4th best player. It showed tonight. Yeah, it was a lot of pressure that De'Aaron Fox was putting on the rim. I mean, it was a lot of pressure. At times, I'll be honest, at times, when we absolutely needed a bucket, it was kind of like this weird thing of like, should we go to Fox or should we go to Wemby? And obviously they wanted to end the game with, Fox trying to make that shot, which would have been epic. But even yet and still, Wemby was able to clean it up. So yeah, it was just good basketball tonight. I think it can be better. It's going to be better. But yeah, we just have to wait and see. Frosty said Clan today will be the beginning of the end of Keldon Johnson being a Spur. If they don't trade him this season, they will at the first chance they get. I think it's very apparent and very obvious that they told Keldon that he's on the trading block. Now, I know that because it was obvious even through the post-game interview with Keldon that he was like, okay, he's definitely off right now. After having a good game, he seemed extraordinarily sad. And I do feel bad for him to a huge extent because he's a good guy, right? And I mean, he's been awesome in the community in San Antonio and everything. Like, he loves San Antonio. He loved the Spurs. Yeah, I know that after that's when the Luka deal came about, right? And it changed the landscape of the trades for this deadline. And then the Spurs just basically like, hey, look, we're not giving you anything, actually. You're just going to hand Fox over to us. That's what's going to happen. Because look at Luka. All they had to do was give up AD and a crappy 2029 first round pick. So yeah, you're gonna just hand them over, That's what you're gonna do right now. We'll give you some toothpaste and some deodorant, and you're gonna hand them over. Oh man, you broke the news for me. Which part? The Luka? Yeah, that was crazy. That Luka news was crazy. You guys broke the news to me. I was like, what? We were in the middle of a segment. And you're like, check Shams. Crest, no Colgate. Yeah, they're not even getting Colgate, bro. They're not even getting Colgate. They're getting Walmart brand. If you're gonna have to move them, that's what we're gonna give you. You cool with that? And they're like, yeah, I guess I'm cool with that. Like, oh wait, we forgot. We also used half the tube. You all right with that? Oh God. I mean, I don't really have a choice. Dollar General travel size specials. Yep. That's what it took. And it worked out. All right. Let's end this segment. We'll end this segment. Move on. Not a lot of comments here. Most of you guys just agree that this was a good game. And it seemed like everyone agreed with me that Keldon wasn't the best and the coaching wasn't the best in this one. But we're going to be all right. All right. Ending segment.